So hi guys, sorry for the delay, and we are back to the game again here as we see that Switzerland and Sweden, this match is so crucial right now for both the team as of. So hi guys, sorry for the technical problem. It was rush hour, doing back to back. So now as we see that. Mm-mm. Is it on now? Okay, so that's kind of Denmark, Norway, and it's a equalizing goal for both the team. And as of we can see, for Switzerland and Sweden, it's a 4-3 kind of. And the goal was the previous goal was coming from Lanny, Robin Lanny. So that's a equalizing goal from Sweden, and that's going to be the fourth goal from Max. Dodge Max goals for the fourth for Sweden. As of now, we see that the ninth goal coming from Simen for Norway, and that's going to be a 709. And Norway is like a, it's kind of no, the licensing was doing so good so far. And there is a turnover. Johnson Eric, and it's a goal for from Samuel Gen- Gender Samuel for Switzerland. And so there is a seventh shot missed by Daniel. And that's a 10th goal coming from Norway. Norway is like they are going too fast in the first half itself. And this is a decisive game for this. Both the game are very decisive for the European uh, men's league. So now, as we see, so that's 5-4 for Switzerland, Switzerland and Sweden, and then we see that it's 8-10. Denmark is getting that goal, and Simon did that goal for Denmark here, and it become 8-10. 5-4 and 8-10. That's a great, and see, and that's another goal coming from Hoxer Mats for Denmark. That's a good goal. Ninth goal. Now Denmark is not. That is a shot missed. Anderson Patrick. We see that the ball was super close. Was 125 kilometers hour speed with a distance of 7.4 meters. And as I see, it's a sixth goal coming from Robin Lene for Switzerland. It's going for the 6-4 for Switzerland. Switzerland is leading here, as we see. 4 goal for Sweden. Nine goal, and it's 6-4. A shot missed by Samuel Gender. Kind of hungry. And that's a 11th goal coming from Panderson August for Norway. That kind of a cool comeback. Norway is leading here, and as we see here, goal coming from Sweden. Darj Max goal for Sweden, and then we see that another goal is coming from Robin Lene for Switzerland, and they have made it clear that this is not going to be easy for Sweden to get the lead. And that's 10th goal coming from Hassan Johan for Denmark. And that's a 12th goal coming from Tobias for Norway. And 7th, that's an equalizing goal coming from Sweden. That's a first half, and in the first quarter, it's 7-7, 10-12, and that's 3. As going forward with the game, it's a 13th goal coming from Patrick for Norway, and it's kind of a good comeback. And goal for Denmark here, 13th, 11th goal, 11-13. And as we see here, it's equalizer, shot missed by Luka. 13 versus 11. And that's another goal coming from Mats for 12th goal is coming for Denmark here, and there is a turnaround for Nicola, and Flexi stealed it. So it's 12-13. There is a goal from Gion for Switzerland. That's 8th goal. Pretty intense game. And that's a equalizing goal from Simon for Denmark. And here we see the shot missed, and then it's a goal by S- Samuel for Switzerland. And there is a technical error. Sandel Lucas. So rising shot missed by Tobias in Denmark's side. Oh. That's a 10th goal coming from Jainder for Switzerland. And there is a technical error from Magnus in, and there is a turnaround for Simon Les. It's a Denmark versus Norway in the finals stretch of the main round. The Danes have already secured their semi-finals ticket. I don't think for a second they are taking their foot off the gas in front of his home crowd. Spot on for the Norway. The stakes are different. They are fighting for the pride and a potential spot in the top 5-6 placement match. You had the roller coaster tournament, including the Denmark dramatic draw against Portugal, put when as the debris form goes out of the window. And we are off 4 goals in the first 3 minutes. Both teams have come out, and that's a goal from for Denmark here. As we see that another goal is coming here on the other side for Sweden from Hampus, and there is another goal coming from Mandy for Switzerland, and that's really good comeback. 14-13. And shot missed by Tobias. So turn around. That's 11-8. Switzerland, Sweden, and it's 14-13 Denmark versus Norway. Your spot on Switzerland has been the draw specialist this tournament, punishing teams like Iceland and Hungary to the absolute brink. Sweden, on the other hand, is relying from the heavy loss to Iceland. They need to find their championship DNA tonight. Partner, partner with another save. Nicole partner in standing like a mountain in the Swiss goal. Sweden James Prudence is trying to pull the strings, but the Swiss fence is incredibly compact. Sorry, and there is a one goal from Toby Toby Tobias. Wow, goal is for Norway here. No, it was for Denmark. And as we see, there is another goal coming from Eric Johnson for Switzerland. Sorry, for Sweden. There is a bit of lag in the match. As we see, there is shot missed. And a goal from Emil for Denmark. And that's a 10th goal coming here from Eric. It's 10-12 now. And that's a 15th. 16-15. From Patrick. Another goal coming from Simon for Denmark. That's a 17th goal for Denmark. And here we see Switzerland versus Sweden. It's 12-10. It's an intense game. Switzerland is slowing the pace down. They know they can't win a track meet against the Swedish. Look at Lucas sisters and Lenny Robin. They are being incredibly physically in the center block. Sweden looks a bit frustrated. They're forced into long range shoots that Nur is eating the breakfast. The swift in momentum, Sweden is finally finding their transition game. A quick steal, and now, as we see here, and shot missed by Mandy. that's 1816. The goal is coming from Emily, and here it's a equalizer. Gender 12, Switzerland both are 12-12. Steal by Daniel turnover, and that's a goal. 19th goal coming for Denmark. That's a kind of quick goal and shot missed. And that's a half time for Denmark versus Norway, and the score is 19-16. So far we see there is one more goal coming from Erik for Sweden. Men while the individual score of the last night, Switzerland versus shot missed. It's going too long. So I wanted to ask you guys, ask for you. Norway. So it's kind of 12-14, the 14th goal coming, and there is a break. So the final score after first half for Switzerland versus Sweden is 12-14, and when we see that the first half for Denmark and Norway, it's 19-16. Both the team have pretty much same kind of lead. Both the matches have the same kind of lead. Now we have to see that in the second half what these team come up with, which kind of a strategy. I hope I'll be back in a minute or so, guys. I'm really happy that you guys are still online. Keep supporting us. If you like, subscribe and press that bell button. And I'll be right back after this short break. Thank you so much. So welcome back, guys, and we are back to the game. Sorry, I was a bit late here, and as we can see, that Denmark is leading the game with 22 and 17 uh, with 22 and 17 with say Norway, and in the other hand we see that it's 14 for Switzerland and 18 for Sweden. So the trend is still the same in the second half as well. As far we see that, let's see how the new strategy works for the both the team, for all the team here. They might be having a new set of so far the game is 23-17 Denmark, and that goal is coming from Crickson and shot missed by Thomas. And as we see here with Switzerland and Sweden, it's 14-19. 23-17 or 14-19, and it's a goal for Norway. That's a fabulous goal coming from Norway by Simon Simon Leis, and that's so far Switzerland versus Sweden. Sweden is doing a very good uh, game. They have a lead, a better position here, and as we see here also another goal for from Matthews for the Denmark, and that becomes 24. So far what we see here is like both the team, and that's a fast break by Lucas, and now we see that 24 versus 24-18 Denmark versus Norway, and here Switzerland versus Sweden 14-19. That's a good good, like they have maintained a good uh, there is a technical error from Sion Michael, and the game stays at 14-19 for Switzerland versus Sweden, and 24-18 for Denmark versus Norway. There was a shot missed by Patrick, and as we see that Nicole made that goal for Sweden here. So the uh, gap is becoming more prominent now. It's looking like a 6-goal lead is pretty much big here. Now Switzerland have to really really do something quickly to get back to the game again. As of here with Denmark versus Norway, the situation is same. Norway have to do something as soon as possible to get back to the game. Has been, and it's really and shot miss by Joel, and here also shot miss by Sander in Denmark versus Norway. Patrick. And that's a goal for Denmark coming from goals Matse and Patrick goal for Norway here. Denmark and Norway, they are just going head to head here, but the lead is still the same. And here see Joel missed the shot in Switzerland versus Sweden. That was a really really quick comeback, and shot missed by Sebastian, Switzerland versus Sweden. And that's a goal from Simon for Denmark, and Denmark is keeping the lead ahead. The lead is becoming big now, 26-20, and Luis throws hit the goal, and it's 20 for Norway. As in, you see, there is no momentum here in Switzerland. All the shots are getting missed. Switzerland versus Sweden, but there is a bit momentum, and there is another goal coming from Niklas for Denmark. And that's a 27th goal. It's going pretty quick. In the third quarter, we see a significant jump in the goals in Denmark versus Norway. Switzerland versus Sweden, there is a significant jump as well, but the margin is still same, 14-20, and here in Denmark versus Norway, we see 27-20. There is a turnover in Switzerland versus Sweden from Jim. So far we see it's 21 coming here, goal from Hampus for Sweden. And still the same, the lead are same, everything is going same with the both the matches. Switzerland versus Sweden, it's 14-21, and then we see Denmark versus Norway, it's 27 versus 21. So the goal is coming August. Uh, Patterson August is gold for Norway here. And the shot missed by Michel. So goal is coming from Lucas, and the goal distance is getting bigger and bigger, wider and wider. And there is one more goal coming for Denmark here from Emily. So as we see that the trend is not shifting anywhere, it's going same way so far. And it's a goal from Michel for Switzerland. After a long time, they got a shot, and another goal for Luca, and that's a back-to-back goal. Now we see that Switzerland is attacking significantly, and now here we see that it's another goal from Lucas coming for Sweden, and now we see there is a lot of momentum happening here on the side of Sweden versus Switzerland. And another side we see that the 29th goal is coming from Emily for Denmark. It's really fast shift. 29, 21, and there is another 15 versus 23. Chaos. Shot missed. And it's a goal by Max for Sweden, and the lead is getting bigger now. Shot missed by Luca. Shot missed by Sebastian. 15-24. Here we see 29-21. Denmark versus Norway. Shot missed by Nicholas. It's almost a beginning of the fourth quarter and the final quarter of the match. And the scoreboard is 29 versus 21, Denmark versus Norway, and Switzerland 15-24 versus Sweden, and it's like a really a big gap between the scores. So there is like it feels like there is no comeback. It looks like a one-sided game till now, but we still have a long way to go. We have still last quarter remaining, and in that quarter and anything can happen in that last quarter, so be online. Shot missed by August Patterson. (29-21), and that's a goal coming from Mehndi Ben Ram for Switzerland. It's 16-24. Shot missed by August again. Now I think in Denmark versus Norway, they're not getting the right pace. And here we see Switzerland versus Sweden. There is one more goal by Mehndi, and it's like they're again coming back. And now we see that Sweden is also making a goal by Max, who is just trying to equalize it to the goal they lost in the previous shot. And now we see there is another momentum is getting here with Denmark versus Norway. Denmark gained that goal, Magnus goal, that for Denmark. It's 30th goal for Denmark, and as we see that there is 16-25 in Switzerland versus Sweden. Shot missed by Zender Samuel, and there is another goal coming from Thomas, and that's 31st goal. And you can't believe that the goal is almost the difference between the gap between both the game are too high in both the games. Shot missed, and it's almost like almost quarter last quarter's half is done. We have to see that how long this trend is going to. And another goal from Sebastian for Sweden. With that, it becomes 26-17. That's almost 9 goals ahead. 31 versus 22, Denmark versus Norway, and it's like it's like a juggling game right now happening all over here. So as we see Joel, that's 26 versus 16, 10, 31 versus 22. Turnover. Steal by Nicole. Shot miss by Sander here in Denmark versus Norway. And that's a goal from Hampas uh, for Sweden. I think the Switzerland versus Sweden, this game is kind of, both the game is on the same momentum, and now we see that there is another goal coming from Sabastini, and that becomes 29 goal for Sweden so far. And as we see that there is a turnaround, Sumel turnover, Sumel, and there is another momentum coming from Denmark versus Norway. Google goal by Mads, and that's a 32nd goal from Mads Hoxer. Another goal coming for Switzerland from Nome. That's a good call for turnover, and then we see the result. As of now, so the shot missed one Hampus, and the previous goal made by Mads Hoxer. In Denmark versus Norway, there is another shot missed by Magnus. Like the names are also similar in this. There is technical, and there is another goal coming from Dimitrij for Switzerland. It looks like that Switzerland is getting back on the feet, but the margin between the goals are too big. They have to do something now or never kind of situation. Technical error for Denmark versus Norway. Another goal coming from pass for Sweden. So it's 30-18. So it's almost 12 goal lead for Sweden, and that's not a small lead. That's a very big lead. So far it's 18-13, and there is 2 players. 2 minutes penalty held for Simon. That's not good, I guess. That's a 13th goal. 33 versus 22. Denmark versus Norway. There is a Switzerland versus Sweden. The last goal was done by Vane Hampas. As of now, we see turnover, Excel, and there is a quick comeback. Just need 1 second, please. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm back here. It's 19. There is one more punishment review in the game right now. Switzerland versus Sweden. There is a punishment review. You have to see that what the conclusion comes. All, and here we see that shot missed, and it's 34-22. So it's Denmark is keeping the lead, a big lead in this game. That's 19 or 30. It's almost. There is Joel. The punishment review. Punishment. Play 2 minutes. Joel. Penalty. And that's a goal. Like another goal by Mads. That's for Denmark. 35 now. It's a big difference. And it feels like there is no comeback from here. Turnover and goal from Sebastian. 31st goal for Sweden. And so far we see that Madas is goaling again, and that's a 36th goal coming for Denmark. It becomes a one-sided game so far, guys. And I feel like Switzerland versus Sweden, we see that 19 versus 31. It's a kind of very big difference between both the goal points. And if we see the both these match have the same kind of trajectory, where we see that it started very slowly in the beginning, and then there is another goal coming from Flexi for Sweden. It become a one-sided game now. It's like now we see that there is one more goal coming from Sander for 23 versus 36. So I was just telling, this becomes one-sided game when we see that Maxwell, and there is a back-to-back goal coming in Switzerland versus Sweden, a 33 goal by Nicole, and there is 21 goal for Switzerland. That's a pretty quick goals coming one by one from each other, and that's a 37th goal coming from Simon. And guys, it's very in the last minute we see that there is a lot of efforts are coming out to be. And as we see that Nicole and Simon both have made 1-1 goal for their consecutive team. And now we see that there is a shot missed by Mehendi in Switzerland versus Sweden. And now we see that there is 37. There is another goal coming from Simon, which is for Norway, and that way Norway become 34 versus 37. Like a good lead. We The Denmark has a good lead. They are playing defensive now. Now there is one more goal coming from Nichols is goaling this time, and I thought they are going to be very easy, and I thought they will be defensive after getting all this big goals and everything. The difference is too big. They'll be defensive. That they wanted to be, win the match. They don't wanted to make any mistake. But then suddenly we saw that they are not. They don't fear at all, because now also they are keeping the lead. They're making the margin bigger and bigger and bigger. As of now, we see in the Switzerland versus Sweden, the trend is pretty much the same, from being it from the numbers of goal to the player injured with the same kind of problem. And that's a goal from Mehendi for uh, Switzerland. And that's kind of a thing here. Now we see that 38 versus 24 versus 22 versus 33, and that's kind of good. It's not a good place to be in for the opposite team, because the margin is too big to handle at this moment. Now we see that it's almost the end of the game. As of the last quarter is coming to an end, and the match is as well. In couple of minutes we will get to know the exact winner of the game, who's going to. There is no much more time left for both the team. So 1 minute hearing, and that's a game end for Denmark versus Norway. And it's a goal for Hampus, and that's a 34th goal coming for Sweden. And as I was saying that the Denmark versus Norway, the game concluded at 38-24, and it was a really one-sided game. Denmark didn't give up on any part where they can make Norway feel that they can win the match. And same way we see that Switzerland versus Sweden, the game conclude at 21-34, and that is also like I said, both the matches has the same kind of output, where we see that the difference between the margin between both the team was pretty much big. Here we see Switzerland versus Sweden 21-34, and on the other side we see Denmark versus Norway, that is also 38 versus 24. So it's a pretty big difference between the match. And as this has nothing to do with the climate or something like that, but because both the matches happening at a different location altogether. And as of now I will say that probably now we see the standing thing. Germany versus Denmark, Portugal, France. So these are the lineups all over there. And we will see you guys tomorrow with a new match and new live streaming, and with the improved quality. I hope you guys will still going to love us like you do always, and you're going to like um, uh, going to support us as you're doing always. Thank you so much for being online till now, and it was really nice having you guys here. And thank you so much for